Hey, folks, SIP on SIN. We appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for always joining us. Danny Boy, Bill Corpus Crispy with you.
What's up, folks? Happy Monday.
And happy Monday indeed.
It's another week, but we got a lot to talk about. We got the NFL Week 8 slate to recap. I wish there was vodka and there's orange juice to talk about that.
What do you mean by that? Tell us how you're really feeling.
Oh, I'll tell you how I really feel. Just we'll get to that when we get to that. We got game 1 and 2 of the World Series to recap
Yep,
and a bunch of other stuff. But first, there's something I want to talk about football-wise. It's not NFL, if that's okay.
sure.
Brian Kelly gets fired from LSU.
So let me get this straight. Notre Dame gets this new coach, heads to the CFP championship, and the old coach that he replaced for a so-called better opportunity because he was in a better conference and better recruiting and more money and more like family, all that stuff. That fails miserably. That's got to make you excited, you know?
Hey, Brian, how's Louisiana treating you? Listen, if there's anyone who's listened to us from the great state of Louisiana, we're not insulting you, but you should be insulted by Brian Kelly's sudden Southern accent as soon as he leaves Notre Dame. Remember, he's in Notre Dame. I'm staying. I'm staying. Oh, what was that, LSU? Okay. Hi, y'all. If you are from the South, you should be insulted by his accent.
I guess his family decided to abandon him.
I think so too, there, Reg. I
What a
think so
dis-
too. I think they decided to ban him in the bayou. But
God.
because LSU, well, let's just say the LSU faithful was letting their feelings known
Well,
on Saturday night.
yeah, and look, he obviously has not turned the program around as much as people thought he would, and it's time to go in a new direction. You know, boosters are tired of the waiting. Boosters are tired of the bullshit.
They are. LSU lost to A&M 49-25 on Saturday night, and the LSU faithful were letting their feelings known.
Mhm. Yeah.
They were all yelling, "Fire Kelly." I'm sorry, dude. I had to. I'm enjoying this right now. I shouldn't be enjoying other people's misfortune, but I'm leaving for a better opportunity. I'm going to sit here and talk with my fake Southern accent. Oh, I have some friends from the South, and dude, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way he goes out was embarrassing enough, and you know, I'm sure it was a humbling experience. And then if you're a Notre Dame fan, like I've been saying before, today's a happy day because you guys are still more than relevant in college football. And Brian Kelly's not. So uh, on to the next for LSU.
And you know
Um,
where Brian Kelly's even from?
what?
He's from Massachusetts.
So you should have the Boston accent. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And like, that's not how Southern people talk. And listen, I'm not from the South, but
Yeah.
I have friends who are from the South.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, that's not how Southern people talk, you idiot. That's how Northern folks think Southern people talk.
Yeah, and making fun of the dialect. I can't make fun of that. I can't make fun of a dialect.
God, I don't understand this guy.
Yeah, but
But
he gone, and LSU now trying to find a brand new coach for the next season. Obviously, they'll probably find someone on an interim basis in the meantime, and uh, tough times, tough times.
and if you're a Notre Dame fan like me, it's a happy day.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's a happy, happy day because his better opportunity was shit. So cheers to you, Brian Kelly.
I don't have a cup of cheers. That works too.
You abandoned a good program at Notre Dame for the LSU. And to my friend Jordan West, who's a big LSU fan and keeps dunking on Notre Dame, you can please drink a big old glass of shut the fuck up juice.
Bill's is loving it, bro. He is loving this for
Yeah,
sure.
we should get to NFL before I get too crazy. But okay, one more thing, then we can move on. Brian Kelly, ain't no lie. Come on, join in with me, man. Ain't no lie, baby. Bye, 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 bye. For all you 90s folks out there. Okay, let's move on before I'm sure everybody's asking, are you sure, Bill, Dan, are you sure Bill's not drinking yet?
Well, after seeing the Scadaboo injury, I wouldn't be shocked, you know.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. So, week 8 in the NFL.
Um, I thought the slate was kind of boring, if I'm being real with
Yeah,
you.
me too. But yeah, there was not a lot of. Okay, first of all, the Miami Dolphins won 34 to 10 against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
Tua
Uh,
scored 4 touchdowns. Wow, he can actually, throw the damn ball.
yeah, when you have a up and down team like the Falcons facing a very hungry, desperate for a win Miami Dolphins. Yeah, they look, it's football. You're bound to find something happen, you know.
Yes, you are
Uh,
bound to find something happen.
yeah, but great day out of Tua, Devon Achan. Thank you very much for those fantasy points. He did pretty well too. Jalen Waddle, nice receiving day. So just all around good offensive day. Miami defense also stepped up. Um, of course, for Atlanta, you had Kirk Cousins out there who man, he was man to me.
He's always meh.
You know,
Okay, so actually, okay, this one's kind of bittersweet. Reg, are you celebrating right now?
am I celebrating?
You know why?
Well, I mean, yeah, I know why, but it was a tough day. The Jets started off with heavy hearts, losing their longtime legend and great brand ambassador Nick Mangold.
Yes, who died
Um,
yesterday at 41. I remember just a couple weeks ago, they said he needed a transplant.
yeah, he needed a kidney transplant. And I know we didn't really cover it on the show, but it's yeah, he was pleading for like an organ drive and all that stuff. It was pretty difficult. It was pretty difficult to take in. Um, but Jets playing with heavy hearts, and of course the fact that they're also winless, it made it much sweeter to go out in a comeback effort to win their first game of the season, 39-38 final score over the Cincinnati Bengals, the heavily favored Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, but you
Uh,
were playing with Joe Flacco there, pal, so let's not get too excited.
for the reason why the Bengals were favored was because of Joe Flacco. and he was cooking us. Look, a lot of the touchdowns yesterday were rushing, but he did have that one ball, I believe, was to Higgins, for a score. Um, so I know the passing game wasn't as great. The Jets defense did a pretty good job there, but the rushing game for Cincinnati was pretty solid. Obviously, the Cincinnati defense didn't show up and allowed the lowly Jets to put up 39 points. Um, Great day from Brees Hall. Solid day out of Justin Fields. Brees had 133 yards rushing. Justin Fields had 244 yards passing. Not as much rushing. So that's a good sign that he was more comfortable in the pocket and everything, which is pretty awesome. Brees Hall had three touchdowns, two rushing, one passing.
Yes, he did help one of my fantasy
And
teams. So thank you, Brees Hall.
of course, and then the passing touchdown was the one that gave the Jets the lead for good. So, it was an excellent, valiant effort by New York to get their first victory of the season. And then, of course, you did it for Nick, did it for 7-4.
All right, you know what, dude? I'm gonna leave this up to you. Should I do the they actually won a game? Should I do that, or should we abstain for that out of respect for Nick?
Out of respect, let's abstain from it. So,
But out of respect for Nick, I'm going to abstain from doing the they actually won a game thing. I'm gonna out of respect, I'm gonna abstain from that today.
right.
But good win by the Jets, good comeback, and 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 just to the Jets organization, to Nick's family, our condolences, and please, people, if you're not sponsored here, but if you're not a donor on your license, please ask to be an organ donor because you could be saving someone's life.
Yeah, it was a tough day. It was a really tough day if you're um someone that grew up watching Nick Mangold. I watched his entire career, right in front of my eyes. And you know, truly a legend and one of the great leaders out there. So it's a shame that he never won a championship with all those championship caliber teams Jets had back in the day. So uh,
Well, he was on the team that went to the two AFC championship years in a row, right?
he was the starter, starting center. Yep.
So RIP Nick Mangold. And yeah, Jets win their first game of the year. All right. The Pats beat the Browns 32-13.
No surprise there. The
Hey,
Patriots
Drake May's
are,
looking good. I really like
yeah.
what Vrabel is doing there. Okay, this is a tough one. This is the one I should have put my vodka in my orange juice for. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Giants 38-20. And of course, Scattaboo's going to be out for the year. That did you see that ankle injury, bro?
That was a rough injury, dude.
That was a rough injury.
I mean, I didn't
But
see it live. I was driving while the games were going on, so I
that
didn't see
looked
it live.
ugly. That looked
It was
ugly.
gross. It was pretty gross. You know, you're talking about the ankle like literally bending and then twisting at the same time. It was just
It was disgusting.
yeah. Obviously, having surgery last night, out for the year. It's a tough one for the Giants because he was actually along with Dart one of the brighter spots for the team. They have a good, solid young offensive crew out there. So tough to watch. It was tough to watch.
They did. They absolutely did. So Scattaboo's out for the year.
Hmm. But of course, the Philly gets their revenge. They put up 38 on the Giants. Um, and
And Barkley, he had a decent game.
pretty solid, man. You said he scored a touchdown, right? You had a
Yep.
touchdown in that game. Yeah. So
And I have my
again,
fantasy team, so
see, obviously Bill's upset about the Giants, but of course, Saquon helps his fantasy. So
double-edged sword.
we can't really root for Saquon because he no longer plays for your team, he plays for a division rival, but he's on my fantasy team. So, you know,
Yeah, but he might be hurt now too.
yeah, something about a groin, I heard.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, let's see. Hopefully he's just day to day. He'll figure it out.
And the Eagles have a bye next week, so.
Fair enough. Buffalo, Carolina. This is a no shocking here. 40-9 Buffalo. Um, look,
And Nate
Carolina.
Moser, don't get excited, Nate Moser. They beat Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know what Carolina is. Look, they ran into a good one against the Cowboys. Then they ran into the Jets and couldn't score a touchdown. But, even in that Jet game where they scored 13 points, it's not like they're offensive world beaters. Like they are not a good offensive team. Whether it was with Bryce Young or whether it's with Andy Dalton. So in that show, and the Buffalo defense is way better than any of these other crappy ass defenses. So, uh, big time win. Buffalo gets back into the win column, much needed. Another team that's back in the win column is the Baltimore Ravens. 30-16 final score over the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, 25 out of 38, 285 yards. Derrick
But
Henry,
lose,
21 carries, 71 yards, two TDs. And Rone
mhm,
Azunde, again, my fantasy team, bro.
yeah,
7 receptions, 114 yards.
yeah, good for Junze, uh, for sure. But again, it's in a losing effort for the Bears. So, you know, that's the part that stinks.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the New Orleans Saints 23-3. And
Hmm.
I want to thank Tampa Bay's defense. Take a guess why, Reg?
Why?
Because I picked them up as a sub defense for my fantasy
Eh,
team.
good for you, man.
Because I have Seattle's defense and Seattle had a bye week, so
Yeah. Obviously New Orleans had a pretty tough
garbage.
day. They're not a good team. And if there's any reason to know that for sure, it's this game against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, who's clearly better than them.
They totally are.
Yeah. San Francisco losing to the Houston Texans 26-15. CJ Stroud with 300 plus passing yards in a victory over San Francisco. So uh I thought San Francisco for sure would have the upper hand here, but looks like that was not the case.
The Denver Broncos, 2 weeks in a row, beating an NFC East team. They beat the Cowboys 44-24.
A resounding victory for the Denver Broncos. It wasn't even close.
No, it was not close. And Bo Nix had a hell of a game.
Hmm. Yep.
Went 19 out of 29, 247 yards, four touchdowns.
For a Dallas team that can put up a 40 pop, 24 points, it's a good defensive effort by the Denver Broncos.
So, and then the Indianapolis Colts beat the Tennessee Titans 38-14. Daniel Jones still on a still on a roll.
Mhm.
21 out of 29, 272 yards, three touchdowns.
Jonathan Taylor, another 153 yards rushing. Uh, Pittman had a solid game at 95 receiving yards. Is it time to start talking about Daniel Jones as possible MVP candidate? Can we start being
I
real
think
about
that might
that?
not be too far off.
And look, we don't know if this is a fluky year for Daniel Jones. We don't know, but he's looked apart. Like at some point, we have to start taking him seriously. Like I've already done that. This is
I
no
am too. I'm
longer.
like,
This is not like 3 weeks in and we're still unsure about what the Colts are. No, this is 8 weeks of football,
and look,
and yeah,
this team is wow. And you know what? Shane Steichen, congratulations, buddy. Your job is safe.
hmm way off the hot seat right now.
Oh, that seat is ice cold, baby. It is ice cold.
And who would have thought? The guy they just picked up because they just needed another backup to Richardson. And look what it's done.
At the beginning of this year, dude, we were thinking that Steichen seat was like extra hot.
Yeah.
It is now ice cold.
But look, he made the right call. He knew something wasn't clicking with his young starter. He decides to go with the more veteran pick with Daniel Jones, and it's working out. So so far, a job saving decision that he made. It's incredible stuff. Colts offense is ridiculous. They're beating up everybody, and
Yes.
that's
Congratulations
just
to Shane Steichen. You're safe.
that's the reality we live in. The Green Bay Packers, how about this? On the road, 35-25 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jordan Love, 360 passing yards. Tucker Kraft had a nice receiving game. Uh, Scoring touchdowns, 143 yards receiving, uh, being former longtime Packer Aaron Rodgers, who had a pretty tough game, pretty tough game to watch him play.
35-20. And guess what? So the so the quarterbacks who beat all 32 NFL teams, Brett Favre, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, you know who's not on that list?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Do you need to go back into the darkness room, Aaron, and do some thinking? Did, Reggie, does he need to go do some thinking in the darkness room?
Well, I hope so because it seems like to me that maybe what we thought the Pittsburgh Steelers were. Oh wait, did we actually think that, Bill? No, we didn't. We knew they were overrated. You
We've been
know,
saying that for weeks. I've been saying
like
that for freaking weeks. You have too. Beat up on shitty teams. They're overrated as hell. And everyone who thinks they're anything otherwise needs to just take a reality check.
we know what this defense is. They give up a lot of points
The
when they
defense is
face
shit.
when they face even average quarterbacks. They're terrible.
The defense is
So it's not
shite. They're absolute shite.
it's nothing new.
It's nothing new. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the most overrated team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And guess what? Come at me, bro, for saying that. But the student Jordan Love has beaten the master, Aaron Rodgers,
Mhm.
29 for 37, 360 yards, and three TDs. And Monday and the week ends tonight with Monday Night Football, the Commanders and Kansas City.
Yeah, Commanders getting Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin back, so that should help Marcus Mariota. But the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they're starting to get on a roll. So I still think the Chiefs will win. But having two solid receiving weapons for Washington is massive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then of course Detroit, Vegas, LA Rams, excuse me. Uh Arizona, Seattle, Jacksonville, all on buys. You know why I'm happy, Bill?
Why?
The Jets won. We're on a bye next week, so I get to enjoy this victory for 2 weeks.
You can't lose the bye.
You can't lose. You can't. Yeah, you can't lose the bye.
You
So,
can't lose it.
I'm riding high. The Jets are 1-7. They're not going to go winless this season, so that makes me happy. I get to enjoy the win for 2 weeks. And look, the Jets are going to get healthy after this bye week. Hopefully, the Jets are going to get healthy after this bye week. So we will certainly have all of the people necessary to try to beat the lowly Cleveland Browns.
Yes. Absolutely. So yeah, can the Jets actually win two in a row? Let's see. All right.
We'll see in 2 weeks.
Switching. Yeah, so this coming week, Reg gets a nice break.
Mhm.
All right. Now switching from the gridiron to the diamond. We had the first two games of the World Series this week.
Yes. Blue Jays in a excuse me. Just absolutely destroying the Dodgers in game one. And then, of course, the game two, where the Dodgers take one back and now head back to LA with home field advantage. Um, Series is tied 1-1. Um, I knew this would be a good series. Look, the Blue Jays, they had game one easy. And, look, they're a good team. They're a good hitting team. And, all they got to do is get to Snell. They got to him in the bullpen. And, that's all it took for people like Vladdy and, Barger, all those people, Springer to really, really, really hand it down to them. But then, of course, you have the Dodgers who also can score some runs. They tend to manufacture runs better. So, and then of course the pitching from Yamamoto in game two was just absolutely stellar. So now the series is tied, and uh, Max Scherzer goes on on the mound. Scherzer has been pretty good, but Tyler Glass now, who has been lights out in this postseason, up for the Dodgers. That Shabazz Ravine. So uh, the Blue Jays may regret losing game two. Is basically what I'm
Oh,
saying.
that might come to bite them in the ass.
Yeah,
That might come to bite them in the ass.
yeah, man.
They won game one big, 11-4.
Yeah.
So
And look, I already had high hopes for this series because they're two big time offensive juggernauts. But now all of a sudden it's really going to turn into this solid pitching game. Like, how can
Yamamoto, the first to win pitch two consecutive complete playoff games.
Mhm. Yeah, he was terrific. He was terrific in game two.
Dude, I'm starting to
Absolutely.
think Otani, Yamamoto, these guys are just not human.
Well, here's my thing though.
Here's
Otani's
the thing.
interesting though. Otani's interesting because Shohei, we all know he's a terrific hitter, and obviously, he pitches well too. He's an incredible baseball player. But his
Yes.
bats disappear in the postseason.
No,
Didn't you?
I
Don't
agree.
you? Don't you realize that his bat disappears? He get it's hidden by the fact that the Dodgers find ways to win, right? They find other ways to win that doesn't include Shohei. But the way he has struggled in the postseason, when they lose, it is front and center. When they win, all of a sudden no one talks about it. And that's the beauty of LA. The fact that they can, Shohei could be this monster regular season guy. But then when it comes to the playoffs, this postseason he's been much better. But when it comes to the playoffs, his postseason numbers are fucking trash, dude.
Oh, they are.
But like I said, they can mask it because the Dodgers can find ways to win. And we forget about those postseason numbers when the team wins. Just throwing
No,
that out there. For everyone that likes to be up on Aaron Judge's ass when he doesn't perform in the postseason as much as we'd like to. By
no,
the
I
way,
agree.
this postseason, based on numbers, I know it's only a small sample size. Aaron Judge had better postseason to Shohei Ohtani. It's not even close.
I agree. I totally agree. So, series tied 1-1. Now we go over to LA tonight for game three.
Yeah, I'm be all over that. All over
Um,
that.
it's going to be a humdinger.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know what you're all thinking. People don't see humdinger anymore. Well, I do, so shut up. So yeah, game three, and dude, like you said, this is going to be a good series.
Yeah.
I can see this going at least 6 games.
Yeah, definitely six. I'd be shocked if it goes seven.
I think it's going to go all 7.
I think it goes six. I think the Dodgers, especially after the game two win, I think the Dodgers have really found their footing and now they really are in the driver's seat here.
They're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So series goes to LA. They're on their turf, and we got to see what happens now. I think these next 3 days in LA are going to be interesting.
Yeah. Oh
No,
man.
I think this series is going to go 7. I see
And
this
if
series
it
going all 7.
if it does, that's how you know it's a great World Series if it goes all seven games.
And you can purchase your Bill was right shirt in the gift shop.
Sure.
Hey, I'm not right often, Reg. I got to take advantage of it.
Do you think I get things right all the time?
You do. You do. Are you right
Maybe.
there, Reggie? Are you right? Are you right there, Reggie? Are you right there, Billy? Are you right? Um, yeah, that is my parody of the old Irish tune. Are you right there, Michael? Are you right? And guess what? That song is in the public domain, so you can't sue me for it. So yeah, there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it today, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It was a good show, as
Yeah.
always.
And did we mention Brian Kelly is gone? Sorry, I gotta twist the knife here a little bit. I'm sorry, Reg. I gotta twist the knife.
Well, you're excited. You're excited because, uh, you're just enjoying the fact that one thing worked out for you and not for Brian Kelly. So it's totally understandable.
Freeman is our coach.
By the way, I love Freeman's swagger. I love the way he
I
coaches
love
that
Marcus
Notre Dame
Freeman.
team. I really do.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, dude. I had to bring it up again. I gotta twist the knife a little bit. You gotta twist it a little bit. Gotta twist the knife a little bit, Reggie boy.
No, I totally get it. If you like what you see, and why wouldn't you?
This content is great.
Please subscribe, hit that button for notifications. Uh, check us out on audio form wherever you get your podcasts. Um, log on to our website. Find us on our socials at Essence Sandy Real. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for always joining us. You guys are the best.
We love you guys. You guys are awesome.
All right. Well, peace and love. Let's go Jets. I get to
Stay
celebrate for the
safe.
next
Take
two
care.
weeks. Unlike Bill, who has to suffer for another week. You know?
I might not even be watching next week, to be honest.
Why?
I'm most likely doing something with Sam.
Ah, okay. So you're gonna hide behind the Giants for some adventures. Gotcha.
Come on, I want to see my what? I can't. Is it a crime to see my girlfriend?
No,
Yeah.
it's not a crime.
All right, guys, that is our show for today. Thank you. Stay safe. Take care. We'll see you on Friday.